All right, let's talk business. Today, we're going to crack open the playbook that successful leaders use. We're breaking down the big ideas from business economics into a guide you can start using, well, right now. Let's dive in.
So, have you ever really wondered about this? I mean, why does a fancy coffee cost $5 when you can get a brilliant app on your phone for free? It's not random, I promise you. There are some really powerful economic forces at work behind the scenes.
And the key to understanding all of those forces, well, it's our first big topic, business economics. This is basically the science of figuring out the why behind every move a company makes, why they succeed, and why they sometimes fail.
At its heart, it's pretty simple. Business economics takes all those big, sometimes abstract economic theories you hear about and puts them to work solving actual, real-world business problems. It's less about theory and more about having a practical toolkit for making smart calls.
Think of it like a bridge. On one side, you've got these high-level economic ideas, and on the other, you've got managers trying to figure out day-to-day stuff, like what should we charge for this, or how many should we make? Business economics connects the two.
So, where does every single business journey really start? It starts with the customer. So let's jump in and see how companies try to crack that customer code by getting a handle on demand.
Seriously, this is it. This is the big one. It doesn't matter if your idea is revolutionary, if your design is gorgeous, or your service is life-changing. If people don't actually want to buy it, you don't have a business. You just have a hobby.
And our search for an answer begins with something called the law of demand. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful idea. Generally speaking, as the price of something goes up, the number of people who want it goes down. It's that fundamental push and pull between price and desire.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. Check out this chart. When the price is high, say $10, only about 50 people want to buy. But watch what happens. When the price drops all the way down to $2, demand shoots up to 90. That simple downward sloping line, well, that's the law of demand right there in front of you.
Okay, but figuring out what your customers want, that's really only half the puzzle. Because now you have to actually make the thing they want. So let's flip the coin and look at the other side, the cost of production.
Now, businesses tend to think about costs in two different time frames. In the short run, some of your costs are locked in. They're fixed. Think about rent for your factory. You're stuck paying it no matter what. But in the long run, well, everything's on the table. You can find the new factory, you can buy different machines, every single cost becomes flexible.
And when you're thinking about the long run, this amazing thing can start to happen. It's called economies of scale. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It just means that as you get bigger and produce more stuff, the cost to make each individual item can actually go down.
So how does that even work? Well, a few ways. You can start buying your raw materials in huge bulk orders and get a discount. You can afford to invest in way more efficient technology, and you can spread your big fixed costs, like an advertising campaign, over thousands or even millions of products. It's simple, really. Getting bigger can make you a lot more efficient.
Okay, so you've got a handle on your customers and your costs. But here's the kicker. You're not operating in a bubble. You're in a competitive arena, which brings us to the different types of markets out there.
It's kind of a spectrum, right? On one extreme, you have perfect competition. Think of a farmer's market with tons of people selling basically the same tomatoes. Nobody really has any power to set prices. Then, way on the other end, you have a monopoly, one company with a ton of control. Most businesses, of course, are somewhere in between.
And that's the real takeaway here. The kind of market you're in totally changes the rules of the game. It dictates your entire strategy. Are you forced to just accept the going price for your product? Or do you have the freedom to set your own? It changes absolutely everything.
So all of this, the customer, the costs, the competition, it's all leading us to one final, and I think most powerful idea. This is the mental model that pulls it all together and helps you make genuinely smarter decisions.
And that idea is opportunity cost. This isn't about the money you actually spend on something. No, it's about the value of the thing you didn't choose. It's the cost of the road not taken, the hidden price tag on every single decision.
Let me break it down. Let's say you choose to spend your afternoon working on Project A. That means you are simultaneously choosing not to work on Project B. The potential benefit you might have gotten from Project B, that's the opportunity cost of choosing Project A.
And here is where everything we've talked about just clicks into place. Understanding customer demand helps you estimate the potential value of each choice. Understanding your costs and your competition helps you figure out the risks and what you need to invest. They're all just tools to help you truly see the hidden opportunity cost of any decision.
So I'll just leave you with this question. The next time you have to make a choice, big or small, don't just ask yourself, what will this cost me? Ask yourself, what is the next best thing I'm giving up to do this? When you start asking that question, you've started thinking like a real decision maker.